Right, hello everybody and welcome back to That Martini Guy, the best place, or TMG Trade, sorry, it's not That Martini Guy, this is the second channel. The main channel is called That Martini Guy, but anyway, this is the best place on YouTube to getting your current and most up-to-date information about the price of Bitcoin and what is going on with my current open trades and what is going on with the market. And right now, Bitcoin's price is currently trading at $38,100. It has had a bit of a drippity drop down today, down from $42,000 just a couple of days ago, and the actual extent of the drop today was actually, I think, let's just zoom in on the charts for a second right here and get our facts straight, because we are only on the daily chart. But essentially, Bitcoin's price declined from here today down to here. Total drop of around 6.3% so far today from these highs of around $40,500. Now, of course, on the hourly, we're completely overshooting it right now. A bounce in the short term is highly likely, and I intend on longing this bounce. That is exactly why I've currently gone long on Bitcoin at these levels right here. Now, as it sits right now, I'm $426,000 long on Bitcoin from $38,211. Currently sat in a net P&L of just a small loss right now, but that's just because, I mean, we're just bouncing around where I entered, to be honest. We're only $150 away from where I entered. But as it sits right now, if we do drop to the downside, I'll continue maintaining this position. I'll probably increase the size of this position. I'll dollar cost average it, because to be honest, I'm pretty sure that we are within 10% of the bottom. And when I say 10% of the bottom, I mean 10% of the bottom. I mean that Bitcoin, $36,000 being an absolute solid bottom for Bitcoin, we're within 10% of it. So anything in this range right here, as long as you can sustain buying in this range and not get liquidated, I think that for the long term, it's a smart idea. A lot of the downwards action that we're seeing on the stock market today has been caused by a loss of confidence in Chinese markets. Ultimately, it's the Chinese markets that are selling off Bitcoin right now, but you've got to understand, they lost a lot of their selling power. They lost a lot of their overall market manipulation power when they banned Bitcoin in their country. And as it sits right now, Bitcoin is just trying to wick below $38,000. It's just trying to liquidate the last remaining people that have not been liquidated yet. And to be honest, this is something we see time and time again on Bitcoin's price. But right now, what I'm going to do is zoom out on Bitcoin's price and give you that longer term perspective on where things are heading. So when it comes to Bitcoin right now, let's just look at Bitcoin's price. And to be honest, like, things are looking pretty good. If we go now over to the 4-hour chart, like, this is not as bad as what people seem to make it out to be. We have a bullish divergence forming here on the RSI. We have bearish price action, bullish RSI. Same here on the MACD. It's also important to point out that we are currently sat on this support level right here, which is one that we've tested in the past. And if we zoom further out, sorry, I think there's a wasp on my foot or something. What is that down there? That's absolutely terrifying. It's nothing to worry about. I had a bit of an infestation at wasps recently at my office. Anyway, we've got a support level, in theory bounce. And to be honest, everything is queuing up that way in terms of the indicators right now. And the entire market, as far as I'm concerned, is headed for a bounce. This huge drop off in price, I want to point out the level of which I will be closing my trades and then looking to open new ones. Bitcoin's price can sink as low as this level right here, which would be $37,200. Breaking below $37,200 would be a complete clear break of this support level. It wouldn't just be a wick out, it'd be a complete clear break, which would then take us down to at least $36,000 for any kind of upwards momentum. But to be honest, the market is looking like it should bounce over the next kind of 12 hours or so. Pretty confident that the market's headed for a bounce. It's pretty rare that Bitcoin has these huge drawdowns without any bounce in between. And if we don't see a bounce in between, it's going to be a very nasty 24 hours, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going long right now. My liquidation point is $36,000. I will not get liquidated on that trade. I only currently have about $17,000 of equity into that trade of my own money. So I'm expecting that in the midterm, that essentially that trade becomes profitable regardless of what happens with Bitcoin's price. I'll just add more equity to it. I'm going long at these levels right now. I feel like that's the most sensible decision to be had. And of course, if you are interested in trading, you'll find a link to Bybit, which is the exchange that I'm using right here in today's video description. As you can see right now, the price of Bitcoin is bouncing. We're looking for support at these levels. To be honest, we're catching a falling knife right here. And the smart thing to do would be to set the stop loss just below this last level of support right here. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play it out. I'm going to wait for the trade to kind of play out in full, because that's the way that I do things. And yeah, my liquidation point, it's not something that really concerns me. It's currently sat at 36,000. $333, which is not... I don't see us getting down there in the next 24 hours or so. So, to be honest, I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin right now. I feel like it's a good time to buy the dip. But like taking the moon boy out of me, I still feel the exact same. I feel like now is a good time to be buying. I want to show you this indicator right here as well, which tells you that not just I'm thinking this. This indicator is showing a large amount of accumulation at these lower levels right here. These green bubbles mean buying and the red bubbles mean selling. So what you have here is sell by a whale, and then whale buys, and then you have your last period of panic selling, in theory, before another leg to the upside and some more big green bubbles forming. If we zoom right in on this indicator to get an overall view of what is happening currently on GDAX exchange, I'm struggling because I'm trying to do like 10 things at once. But essentially, yeah, this is what we're looking at. You know, buying. So around these lower levels, we are still seeing a lot of buying. It's just you're seeing occasional panic selling into these drops. And that is basically filling up the wallets of the whales with a lot of Bitcoin. And as we've seen over the past 24 hours, a lot of Bitcoin being withdrawn from exchanges, a lot of Bitcoin being bought on exchanges. Buying pressure is currently lower than selling pressure, but the order book is very thick. And that means that people are selling pressuring into a thick order book. So people aren't actually buying the price of Bitcoin up. They're being sold into by panicked news. So don't get panicked out of your Bitcoin positions right now. Stay calm, stay level-headed. Do what you think is the right thing to do. Nothing in today's video is financial advice. You should always do your own research. And of course, I'll see you in the next video, everyone. Thank you all for watching, and see you in a bit. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Like the video as well. Bye-bye.